you to think this morning about how much you trust Jesus. And before you answer that too quickly, I want you to think about this. Would you do things for Jesus that seemed illogical to other people, that made people scratch their heads and think, why is this person doing that? That doesn't make any sense. Sometimes Jesus may ask us to do things that to others may not seem to make sense. They may not even make sense to ourselves. In Luke chapter 5, we see this kind of scenario play out. Jesus approaches some fishermen, one of them being Peter, known in this passage as Simon. They're fishermen. They've been fishing all night long. They haven't caught anything. And Jesus, after finishing teaching a crowd, he gets into their boat and gets them to paddle out into the water. And Jesus asks them to throw their net down to catch some fish. And Simon, Peter, responds, Master, we've worked hard all night long and caught nothing. But if you say so, I'll let down the nets. And so Simon Peter, he was a fisherman. He knew his trade. He knew the ins and outs of fishing. I'm sure that there were other times where he didn't catch anything, and so he knew that the usual time for catching fish had passed. And Simon and his counterparts, they were done. The passage says that they were cleaning their nets. They had already brought the boats ashore. They were cleaning their nets and finishing up for the night. But Jesus has them go back out into the water. And so the time for catching fish had passed. And yet here is Jesus saying, put down your nets and catch some fish. And so there's this illogical scenario going on. And I'm sure maybe Peter had some questions and some doubts. But notice what Peter says. He says, but if you say so, I'll let down the nets. Don't let your life be limited by what seems logical. Even though it may not have seemed logical to put the nets back down, Simon does it anyway because Jesus says so. Dare to do whatever Jesus asks, even if it doesn't make sense to others, even if others scratch their heads and think, why are you living this way? Why are you making these kinds of decisions? Do it anyway if Jesus says so. Live your life by faithfulness, not what will make sense to other people. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a blessed day.